Hello, my name is Valerie. My name is Valerie Hernandez, and I am in English 1301. Today I'm going to do my final reflection about the our writing reflection. Throughout this whole semester, our professor introduced a lot of different SLOs, such as it was critical thinking, writing communication skills, visual communication skills, teamwork, and personal responsibility, and also how writing and also a practice writing and reading progress. Um, and revision and feedback, rhetorical awareness, and informative literacy. In all of our assignments, we were able to get some sort of idea in all these SLOs, and we were able to progress and get like improve in our writing and reading skills. And it just felt very useful this whole semester. And now I feel like if I go into another English class next semester, I'm gonna feel more prepared in how to learn how to read articles better and how to write my essays in more profound, informal MLA format. And it's just I feel like I have grown as a person through all these new skills that I have learned throughout this whole semester. So let's get started. Um, so this is my map. So for the first one, we're gonna start is the critical thinking. So for my critical thinking, I put my research journal, which I already had it over here, but so my first one is my research journal. So this is where we put all of our articles, and we annotated each one in annotations, and it was a lot of this goes into critical thinking because um, you need to read and think of like how this aligns with what you are wanting to talk about in your final essay. And let me show right here. I'm trying to show how I did my annotations, but it doesn't show up. I'll just explain. So for each article, I just highlighted the sections that I thought were very important or they brought in a good message or idea, and I just highlighted it and like briefly talked about why I think that section is like important or why it stood out to me. Um, the next one is my annotated bibliography for writing communications because this was one of the first essays I ever did for this semester. And I feel like it wasn't as good as I thought. Um, Obviously because it was at our beginning and we were still learning and but this annotated bibliography is written communication because it's a lot of critical thinking also, and it was a lot of variety and a lot of adding and also like MLA format too. I don't know why my things are not loading up, but let's just continue. Um, for my visual communications, I put the theory of literacy brainstorming in class. This activity was very helpful because me and my team were able to put like just communicate in our ideas, like what was going to be a research question, why are we interested in this research question, and like what are going to be our resources, and like what articles were we going to we're going to use to create this our journals, and the way we were also going to communicate, and if we were feeling some sort of way, like, well, one of us is doing most of the work, and how are we also going to communicate about that. For the next one, it's the teamwork. Again, the theory of literacy essay was one that we did as a team. It was a lot of all of us. It was not that hard because my team was very useful, like very helpful, and we were like one of all of us, we were in charge of a research journal, and we were doing our own annotations, and then whatever we thought was good in that article, we had it into our essay. So it was just this was an assignment that was underneath the teamwork category, and also back to the research journal. I put this also in teamwork because we all did our research journals together. Like we all shared a Google Drive and put in our research journal, and how we all did our own annotations, and we put like why do we think this was a very useful article, and why we thought the things we highlighted were important. So right here, it shows that I highlighted some parts, and I did a little quick notes about it and why I thought that specific section was very important. For the next one, it's our personal responsibility. It was the final draft. Um, this again, like even though it was a team work, it was still a lot of like personal responsibility. I can also say that my annotated bibliography was also very personal responsibility. And also, research journals are also a part of personal responsibility. I feel like everything, all the categories, all fall into each other, since each component needs the other components, such as the critical thinking needs the personal responsibility because you need to keep like stay in line and stay on track with when you need to submit, and you need to do your annotations and all of that. So also the research question fall into the writing communication, because you did have to create annotations in that article. And why do you think that specific section is very important, or why it's standing out to you? Um, and for teamwork, the theory of literacy and the research journal, those fall into each other. And in a visual communication, it's the theory of literacy brainstorming, and also like all the feedback activities that we would do in class were also like a writing communication and a visual communication. It was more of a visual communication, since I was given back feedback and how I can improve or do better in my essays. And I just thought those were very, very helpful. And I feel like I have grown as a writer and a reader, and I just been very, very grateful for my professor. And this whole semester, I feel like I have grown as a person, and I am just very happy with the outcome and the progress I have learned throughout this whole semester. And thank you so much for seeing this video and for listening to my video. Thank you so much.